with news you can use. Wake up on the show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in lifestyle. Got your headline straight, never holler, but Malay. The game plan moves you can follow. Tracking the weather, what's popping in school. From the block to the war, kick you in the loop. Wake up on the show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in lifestyle. From the front porch to the cars, I'm keeping it like it real. Your hometown, I'm turning it up. Let the whole crew know. You rockin' with community. Wake up morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can you hear? Welcome to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali. I'm Damali, and this is Charles, and we're here to deliver news you can use, culture, and conversation that moves community forward each and every morning.
Today, our theme is Legacy Builders. We will be providing listeners with a valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the vision is a stronger, more engaged community. So how y'all doing this morning? I hope y'all are doing well. My voice is a little bit raspy because
it is.
It's the allergies. I can't.
It's almost springtime. That's what goes down. Yeah. So all y'all listeners listening in, this still is Damali. I know we got a lot of AI going on. They're gonna be like, her AI is glitching.
It is I.
But if she was AI, I would have to be AI. But my voice happens to be normal. It's Tuesday. It's 42 degrees, which is much better than yesterday when it was 28 degrees at this time. Oof. It's 5 minutes after the hour. We have an exciting show set up for you guys today.
Yes.
I'm extremely excited about it, man. Traffic is moving and flowing good. Those motorcycle police officers are still out there giving tickets.
Today, the highway patrol was out.
And
they tried to catch me, and I said, I see you. Nope.
They used to say it's like toward the end of the month.
Well, it is kind of the end of the month.
End of the month, they try to do that right there. Get a little
get
extra
them tickets.
Bonus check on somebody. Yeah. Anyway, you're live right here on NYCU.FM. You're live on KBOB 89.9 FM over there with Uncle Bobby. You're live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. And you all are live right here in studio with Damali and myself right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, right here on Greenwood, right here on the home of Black Wall Street. It's Taco Tuesday, and I don't just say that lightly. I actually eat tacos on Tuesday because I actually like them. Can't eat them every day, but on Tuesday, it goes down. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in with us today. We appreciate that. And we're going to get to a very, very exciting show. We're going to kind of go to the live. You pop yours up, pop mine up.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I don't see it yet.
Yes, we wasn't ready. We're going to get it together.
But I got it.
You got it? You got it? All right. You locked and loaded.
I got it. The people are here. The first people that are here are the secret listeners.
Hey, y'all.
But we will get to that later. Damali, how you feeling this morning thus far?
Other than my throat being a little, my voice being a little raspy, because of the sinus drainage, I'm good.
You gotta go back to them hot toddies.
A hot
toddy. Right. You forgot about it. See, you always have to remember them things that your grandma.
The old remedies.
As soon as you would have woke up and started talking, she like, oh, Damali sound like a frog, y'all. Somebody go over there, get some hot tea, lemon, honey. Go ahead, put some of that other juice in there. Let her drink that before she get out, because we don't want her out here in the community.
Exactly.
When grandma said it's different, out there in the community.
Right.
Not sounding like she's supposed to.
Funny.
But the raspy is good. Ain't nothing wrong with raspy.
Listen, I'm talking.
Raspy is in 2026. Hey, let's get our affirmation to just bring everything down.
Well, before we do our affirmation, I got some news this morning, and so I wanted to share with you. So we need to send out prayers to the family, fans, and friends of WNBA star Kara Braxton. She's a two-time WNBA champion with the Detroit Shock. She passed away on yesterday in an auto accident in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh my God.
43 years old.
43 years young.
Oh yeah, that is just so sad to me.
Mhm.
So just prayers for the WNBA community as a
Right,
whole,
right.
the Detroit Shock, and the Braxton family, because I mean that was totally unexpected. So we want to just be lifting that family up in prayer.
Right, just like that. And for some people may not know, the Shock, when they first started, they was in Tulsa.
Yeah,
They
for a
used to be
little while.
called the Tulsa Shock for the
Mhm.
first few years before they went to Detroit. I can only imagine that happening in the community unexpected like that. But the thing about the community wake up, then we look at the local, the
Mhm.
national, and international, because we
Yeah.
all are community. So
Yeah.
when something like that happens, it might not be right next door to you, but you never know when it
Right.
may be right next door to you. So we got to always be in prayers and uplift
Absolutely.
our community as a whole, because in today's time, we all need it.
Yes.
We all need it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So prayers for them. Okay, so are we ready for our morning affirmation?
Look, it's my favorite part just because I'm kind of hyped. I'm trying. You see, y'all see every
Trying
day.
to woo-saw.
Boy, because I be on 20 and 15. I'm like, Charles, you got to at least start about 10.
Right.
And
they
so the
kind of work
affirmation,
up or down.
it settles me into where I need to be, and then we can roll with it. But man, I'm ready to make it happen. So let's get to it.
Yes, ready. All right. So our morning affirmation. First of all, we're gonna breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so this is what our morning affirmation says. It says, I move with purpose, guided by faith, and grounded in the community. So what does that really mean? Let's break it down. I move with purpose. That means I'm not drifting. I'm not just reacting. I'm intentional about my steps. I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Purpose drives direction. It keeps you focused when distractions show up. It helps you say no to what doesn't align. Then it says, guided by faith. Faith means trust, even when you can't see the full picture. It means believing that your work matters, that your steps are ordered, and that your effort has meaning beyond what's visible today. Faith steadies you when results are delayed. And finally, grounded in community. That's powerful. It means I don't rise alone. I don't build alone. I don't struggle alone. Community keeps you balanced. It reminds you where you come from. It corrects you when you drift, and it supports you when you grow tired. Purpose gives you direction. Faith gives you confidence, and community gives you stability. So this affirmation is about alignment. Move intentionally, trust deeply, stay connected. Because when your purpose is clear, your faith is steady, and your community is strong, your steps become powerful. So this has been our morning affirmation. We're talking about faith in action today. So what do you think about that?
You know what? My first thought in that is nobody's alone.
Right.
We're doing this thing called life together.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times when you're by yourself, and we all go through things, Damali.
Yeah.
I think that we have to always remember, especially in 2026, we're gonna always be better together.
Right.
Because if you fall and you by yourself, who gonna help you get up?
Exactly.
That's what it looks like when you're out here trying to do this thing called life by yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of times, sometimes, even like with our kids, I want to be independent. I want to be independent. I want to do it on my own.
Right.
But your parents and grandparents have already tried
Mhm.
to do it on their own. They told their parents the same thing, and a lot of times you can end up limping back home. But
Not limping.
Limping, boy. Let me tell you here. Look, I limp back. I don't know how you got back home. I limp back home.
Right.
So when your parents are saying, let's sit and talk together,
Mhm.
let's strategize together, they're not trying to control you. They're not trying to tell you what to do. They're just trying to give you some pointers out here.
Mhm.
They're trying to give you some nuggets out here, because believe it or not, that shelter called home,
Yeah.
when that shelter goes away, you think it's just a physical house.
Yes.
It's not just a physical house. That's a spiritual house.
Mhm.
It's a covering.
Yes.
That's what you sleep under every night. So even though when you're young, you're thinking, I'm just ready to attack the world, sometimes you don't get a chance to get your affirmation in.
Mhm.
You don't get a chance to read. You don't get a chance to meditate. You're just trying to get out there and attack it.
Yeah.
Because you're young and you're ready to conquer the
Ready
world.
to go. Yeah.
But if you want to go
Slow
far,
down.
if you want to go far,
Mhm.
go with a team.
Yes.
But if you want to go fast and swift, you're going to be coming back limping. Like Brother Charles did. See, I can admit it, so that way you don't think I'm talking about you, I'm talking about me.
Right.
But nevertheless,
exactly.
let's do this thing called life together. What about you, Damali? What you think about it?
No, I totally believe that we have to move together with purpose. Because trying to be on an island by yourself, it is not going to work.
Right.
You are so correct in that, when we are younger, we just think we got the world all figured out and we got it going on.
Right.
And we don't understand the roadblocks. We don't understand the landmines. We don't understand what's, out there that could actually hurt us, and that we're going to need each other in order to make things work.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask y'all too, because I'm coming to the live in a
Mhm.
minute. I see y'all on there. Even the secret listeners, hopefully y'all can get here.
Mhm.
Damali, a time when you done graduated from the Booker T. Washington. I graduated from the here in high school. You know what I'm talking about? You might not
Right.
get with it. I graduated from the here in high school.
Right.
But tell the people a time, and y'all think about a time that you got up out of there from school. You ready to tax the world, mama, daddy? I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But what was your first real reality that, man, I got to give my mama a call.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give my daddy a call, because I'm out here thinking I got it all figured out, and I'm sitting out here stuck,
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the curb, and don't know which way I'm going.
Mhm.
What was your first reality that, man, it is tough out here, and I do need to make a call home. I do need a little bit of help out here.
Mhm.
What was your first reality check?
I think just my start period. When I've told you guys a number of times that I got married right out of high school.
Man,
So
so you
I
said
graduated-
I do right out the gate.
I did. I graduated in June, like June 1st or 2nd. I got married in August.
What?
And so like I said, I didn't do the traditional, I'm, graduating, going to college, going and living on campus and all that. I didn't do that. I, went into, a relationship. Well, it was a long-term relationship. I had been dating my husband at the time for 2 years. And so we just got married and started living life. But I can tell you the reality check came because it was kind of okay, but the reality check came a year later when I had that first kid. I was like, woo,
Had a
let
kid
me
and you still a
call
kid.
my mama.
Well, I'm just saying,
That's
you
it.
got a kid and you're still a kid. You know what I'm talking about?
Call my mama. Yes.
So let me ask you this, because here's the thing that makes it real, because now it's about the younger people, because you got a lot of 18-year-olds right now.
Yeah.
That's just like Damali,
Mhm.
thinking, look, when I graduate, I'm about to go ahead and get married. I'm about to go ahead and get my family. But what you're saying is, look, I did that too. And I was smart. I was sharp. I had this, I had that. Everything looked perfect. But a year later, now maybe 19 years old, you be like, man. So let me ask you this. So if you could rewind back to 18, you leaving Booker T now, you still excited about your boo thing and maybe getting married, what would you do differently?
I think I would experience. So that's a tough question for me because I think about it a lot.
Talk to the young girls too.
Yeah,
The
talking to
youngster.
the young girls, I would say this. It is much easier to go through college if you don't have baggage. And I'm not saying that my children were baggage, but you gotta worry
no,
about
you saying
them.
the husband was a baggage. Now hold on. Now this is not gonna be a show, but we throwing the brothers under the seat.
I did not say that. Did I say that?
Yes, you did, because you quickly identified that the kids was not the baggage. It's only one person left.
Listen.
It's only one person left.
I wasn't saying that either.
You saying?
But okay.
Well, let's
I
go
didn't
ahead.
say anything about him, so you're right.
Subconscious is coming into play here, y'all. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. I'm just gonna look out for the brothers now.
Now,
Hey.
but I think that when you become a mother, and if you are a good mother, then you think about your children and the little people that you brought into this world, right? And so you're always trying to make sure that you're taking care of them, because daddy can fend for himself. He the head of the household.
Right.
So he should be fending for us all. But still, mom is worried about the cubs.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And so it is much harder to try to go to school and pull a baby along with you, because you're worried about the child. So you're staying up late nights with the baby, but you also got to study. So it's hard. And so I went to college, but then I went to community college, but then I ended up dropping out of community college because I was like, it's just too hard.
Man,
When you're young, you can't navigate all of that luggage. It's just too much. And so I had to choose one over the other. And I'm like, I got to take care of the kids, and so I ended up going back to college later in life. But what I would say to any young girl out there is all of that can wait. You're going to be an adult for a long time.
Right.
Enjoy your life while you can and get some of those experiences just being you by yourself. understand, get to know you, who you are as a person, and what it is that you like and you love and that you would like to do, and write down your goals. What do you want to do? Get you a plan together of how you want to do it, and let your life be your life. Because once you start getting married and having kids, then your life is not your life anymore. Your life now belongs to the other people that you brought into that circle. So then, that's why you have a lot of moms who resent the husbands after a while, or even resent the kids, because they're like, hey, I wanted to be a dancer on Broadway, and I didn't get a chance to do that because I gave all that up to be a mom or to be a wife. So just figure out what it is that you want to do, and then operate in that early.
Right. I can see you and your husband sitting at the breakfast table because you just said the magic word. You're looking at him like, you did this to me. I can see him eating his eggs and bacon with his biscuits, having a good time, and all of a sudden the baby holler, and you hear the mama say, you did this to me. He just trying to go to work. You did it.
You know what?
I know. I'm just saying, think about it for a minute, because you just said you can resent your husband.
You can,
because you're thinking,
and or your kids.
You the one. I wasn't for this. I wasn't for it on prom night, and I wasn't for it afterwards. But you did this to me. And no. But it's tough because I just say it's like a kid's raising kids, and I'll say we're talking about faith in action. And a lot of times when you're in school, your faith is going to be tested when you come out and you graduate and you try to tackle this world. I too. I remember getting out of school, I'm getting basketball, track, and football scholarships and all that. And I'm hyped. And then I found my little girlfriend. She was from a different school, and she a track athlete, a star, basketball, and all of that. And we started dating. In my mind, we was like the Jay-Z and Beyonce. We the power couple. We Barack and Michelle Obama, baby. Let's do this.
And you didn't even know Barack and Michelle.
Didn't even know they wasn't even president. Yeah, see that? But in my mind, at that age, whatever's your current situation is your world.
That's right.
You feel like it'll never be better than this.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
It is, the reality is you don't have any lived experience. So in my mind, I probably could have been like you. I could have got married. But at least we had family to be like, no, we ain't gonna jump no broom. If we're gonna jump in and sweep up this living room. But anyway, we went to college because I think we can help somebody. Yeah. Because all these people, these young girls, seriously, they look up to you, Damali. They aspire to be like you. They like your little swag you got and all of that. So to go back sometime benefits. And for me, I graduate, I got to college in August, right? And I'm feeling like you feeling. Here's the deal. By September, it's a baby on the way. Think about it. Life is totally different now.
Totally different.
Somebody pregnant. You get to college. Now imagine now, I'm on a football team. Boom, boom, boom. My girlfriend's on the track team. She's a track star. But then 30 days in, baby on the way. So what you gonna do with that now? Yeah. Because this high that you was on, and who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Right. Because you sure don't want to call mama. Right. You don't want to call daddy. You don't want to call your coach. And here you go. Now your embarrassment can kick in. Now that mental health thing that we talk about can kick in. Now your friends treat you different. Yeah. Because sometimes I'm sure once you had the baby on the way, your other friends that didn't have no kids on the way.
Oh, they living life. They living La Vida Loca.
Damali, we going to
the club tonight. We out. We'll see you later.
We're going to let you do this Goo Goo Gaga thing. Right. But we're going to get up out of here. So we won't go dig too deep into that, but I'll just say this, and hopefully this helps somebody. I always say some of your most critical years are between 18 and 25. Right. 18 and 25, in my mind, are critical years because you're making those foundational decisions that's going to determine, how high or your ceiling in your life. So I'm just going to say, make more decisions. If I could say, make more decisions with your head. You are not your heart. I mean, be good-hearted, but still make your decisions based on the reality of what you know. Because a lot of times when you don't go with your head and go with your heart, man, you can end up in all kinds of different places. And it's understandable because everybody needs love. LL out here singing, I need love and all that. See, that's what you listen to LL. I understand that. But nevertheless, trust me, this being grown is not all what it's cracked up to be.
And it's for a lifetime. You're an adult. longer than you are a child.
Now I still got a chance to go on, and I went
Yeah.
to college and then graduated, and I did all of that. And for you young ladies, for whatever reason, if you do have that baby, you know, now this is what I say. If y'all judge me, I'm gonna judge you too. No, I'm just saying only God can judge us. But having a baby, I just call it, you got to go through life with a backpack on. Meaning you have a little more weight on you.
Absolutely.
And the weight should be shared with the man. So you
That's
should
right.
have half a backpack. But to be honest, a young man, typically 18, 19, 20 years old, don't know what to do with himself first.
Right.
But he don't really know what to do with you. He
Right.
don't really know what to do with the baby. And that's the
baby?
reality.
Yeah.
But the motherly instincts is going to make you say, I got to do what I need to do. And the next thing you know, guess where you're going to be sitting? You're going to be sitting with mama. You're going to be sitting with them aunties.
Grandma.
You're going to be sitting with grandma. Because you're going to need some help. You know, because that baby cute in the daytime, but it's live and direct at nighttime.
2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
That 2 in the morning
People don't see
feed.
that. But we're going to get to the show. We just want to try to encourage somebody. Maybe some of these young people, graduation season is right around the corner. Some of y'all are in college. So just think about some of those things.
So I'm going to go to the live real quick, and then we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
But Dominique Harper is on the line.
My brother, see, after Monday, he back.
Yeah,
you got to
he
give
back.
him a day.
Yeah.
Give him a day to recover, and he back. Little bro, appreciate you tuning in.
He said, top of the morning to you, big bro, and Damali.
What's
Top of
up?
the morning to you as well.
What's up?
Cousin Pearlie Newton says, good morning.
What's going on, cousin? Love you, miss you.
My older sister Teresa says, good morning.
Good morning, Teresa with the nice skin. Now, from here on out, you Teresa, because our producer said so. Teresa with the nice skin.
We got AJ from the J-Bone Lounge in. He says, good morning, community wake up.
Hey, we here. We woke up. AJ, thanks for tuning in, man.
Cousin Pearlie sends her prayers to Kara Braxton,
Man.
WNBA champion that is no longer with us. Uncle Brian Dorn says, good morning, all. Charles?
You have been acknowledged. Your highest, Uncle Brian.
Dominique says, your brother says, he saw that, talking about Kara Braxton. He said he saw that. He said it hit real close to home. Pearlie Newton says, bring on the affirmation so that I can get my day started right.
You know what, to be honest, Damali, and y'all can be honest too. I'll be honest. This might be the only time I slow down and take 2 good deep breaths. Can I add one more thing? And y'all can research it. They said taking 5 deep breaths a day. Just all full in and full out 5 times.
Right.
Doing that once a day add years to your life.
Wow.
Look it up.
So maybe we only do it
important.
twice in the morning. So maybe we need to do this 5 times.
So Damali is adding life to our listeners. So you didn't think about it. Look it up. Taking deep breaths, just slowing down, taking deep breaths. Because here's the thing, whenever you panic about something or something scares you, or so anytime something goes like, what's the first thing you start doing?
Yeah.
Because you be like, your spirit left. You back, come back, spirit. We made it.
Yes, right.
They pulled the gun, but they didn't shoot it.
Right. Thank God.
So breath is important. Thank you, Lord, that you give us breath in our body.
Jessica Brown Nelson says, good morning, my friends.
What's going on, family? Good to see you down there in Arkansas. Arkansas is in the building.
Yes. Crash said, good morning, family.
What's going
family
on?
Love. He's
What's
what
going
he said.
on, Crash? Crash, we got to come see you. Spring break camp starting next month. So we pulling up with buses and vans, and you know me and Damali gonna slide our car in there too. So just clean us all up. We don't want to be out here looking dusty, not with the kids.
Right. And then he said, amen. So I guess that was to the morning affirmation. Jessica Brown Nelson said, this affirmation was definitely amazing this morning. Thanks so much. These help me daily, and I'm sure we all appreciate it.
Right.
Uncle Chess is on.
Uncle Chess, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. Uncle Chess in the building. Ain't low, tell ain't low. I said, what's up?
Yes. Uncle Brian says, I'm pulling for you. We are all in this together.
That's it.
Crash said, together we stand, divided we fall, except the generational legacy.
That's it. We fall like dominoes. You know, we hit
won't
that
do
first
that.
one. Yeah.
Brian Humphrey is in. Good morning.
Brian, I might need a new banker.
You never know.
Look, let me tell y'all
Keep on
something. You need a
standby.
banker. Mr. Brian Humphrey will take care of you. Brian, I appreciate you tuning in, brother.
He said, good morning. Grateful for the space you all hold for the community. Thank you so much. Zafar Ali is on watching.
Ali, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
So when you asked the question, was there a time when you needed to call home?
We'll come back to that. We'll shout out first, then we'll come back.
Well, this is part of the shout out. So Crash said he went to jail at 19. That would be a reason to call home.
It's time to call
Yeah,
home.
time to get back and like, parents, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. Can you come get me?
I never went to jail, but every time I watch it on TV,
Yeah.
the first thing they're gonna say is, when can I get my call?
Yeah, mama.
No, let me give you a call. Yeah, and the first person you're gonna probably call 9 times out of 10, because you ain't gonna call daddy, because daddy gonna start cussing. So your daddy
Mama gonna feel sorry for
mama
you.
gonna feel sorry, because the first thing mama wanna do when you go to jail is get you out.
Yeah.
Daddy might say, leave him down there. Because I have been talking about him since he was 15.
Right.
Daddies.
Yes.
Don't be like that. Mama on the way. Mama gonna get down to the jail. She ain't got a wig on yet. Her shoes not, her socks not matching.
Don't do us.
In the jail cell, like, we're gonna lock you up, boy. What
Right.
you really doing down there? But
Right.
thank God for the mama. She ready to put up the house, the car,
Everything.
say, put my
Get my baby up out of here.
lashes, everything. Just
Don't do
take it
us.
all. Let my baby out.
Get up
But
out of here.
But here's the thing, that's part of the man's testimony.
That's right.
And that's what we got to start
That's
doing
real
with these
talk.
young people. You think you got it all figured out. You
Yeah.
got to sit down with a person like Crash that's in the community that's doing good, but you don't know his story.
See what it was like. My mama used to say, you don't believe fat meat is greasy. But when you got down there, you realize that fat meat is greasy.
Well, here's the thing. I think a lot of times, whether you grown or young or old, let me just say that, you don't understand. Everybody that you run into been through something. Damali, me and you, everybody on this live could have been dead 3, 4, 5 times. It's not easy to get through life. So when you're younger, anytime you see somebody and they done made it and they going on down the road, talk to them.
They got lived experience.
They got lived experience. Back to the live.
Okay, Uncle Brian says, when I lost my grandmother in 1983, it took me 12 years to figure out which way I was going.
That's facts right
reality.
there, Uncle Brian. And that's the thing about this thing called life. We talked about we were talking about Unc that just passed away, the stories of Cecil, 82 years old, your history book, your way to go about things, the way you start acting, because those seasoned people like a grandma, they can tell the daughters, you acting like your mama. You acting like you don't even know.
Right, you don't even know.
You don't even know, but see, them seasoned people in fancy, you acting just like your Uncle Ray Ray. See, Uncle Ray Ray was no good. Now, shout out to the Ray Rays. Now, I'm talking about you. I'm just making up a name. Now, I'm just saying something. You talking about my Uncle Ray Ray? No, I'm not.
Right.
What I'm saying
No, I'm
is,
not.
like Uncle Brian said, them grandmas and grandpas and peoples like that, they can see what's going on in your life and help you out.
Yes, absolutely. Donnie says, we had 2 Rugrats when Lily was in college. It was very tough, but we made it. The beauty is when you got 2 people, it's a little bit easier, but it's still hard. It is still hard. Soror, Stacy, Nicholson, Reese.
What's
good
up,
morning.
Rock in the building? What's up, Soror? Thanks for tuning in. Tell our frat brother Eminem Blue. He said, what's up?
All right. Uncle Brian said some people can physically be grown, but mentally you never grow up until it's too late.
Hold on. Is that true or false?
That's true. That is absolutely true. Yeah, you can be grown, but your mental, you still stuck. And I ain't gonna even bring up the story because people gonna know who it is. So I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Let me ask you this. They say that women grow up faster than men. Is that true?
I totally agree to that.
Women mature faster?
I totally agree to that.
You didn't even give it no thought or nothing, Damali. You
I
give
do.
not
I
one
totally
brother a
agree.
chance. Why do you agree with that?
Because that's why I always dated older guys.
Oh, okay.
Because typically those guys, like the young guys was just doing crazy stuff, So my kid's dad was 5 years older than me. But to me, he was in the same area, but I did not come to find out. No, he wasn't much better. But anyway, let's
he was
move
running
on.
in the red too?
Yeah.
So I just figured out that now.
move
So
on.
all the girls I was trying to talk to in 11th, 12th grade, that's why they were saying no. It didn't have nothing to do with me. All this time I was thinking, was it a million? Is it
Right,
what?
right.
So what the reality is, you're saying normally 11th, 12th grade, girls are so much more mature.
Yes.
And that's why they typically choose to date guys that are older.
typical.
Now there's exceptions.
There's exceptions to the
every
rule.
but you're saying, but the norm most of the time
Yeah.
is be like the way your breath smell. That's the way your breath smell.
I did
That
not
alone.
say that.
You said something like that.
I did
The way your
not.
breath smell. Until you learn how to brush your teeth, because when you brush your teeth,
Right.
you got to brush your tongue too. So your tongue is a little nasty. Is that what you're saying? Get out of my face. Get out of
I had
the
no
face.
part in that conversation.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to get some pointers to the brothers that's still in school.
Dave and Donna Jones are on.
The Joneses in here. Man,
Yes.
y'all got to weigh in the Joneses, because let me tell you something. You can see wisdom coming
Right.
when you see them walk. But we ain't going to share everything with y'all too fast. They don't want
Exactly.
to share it too fast, but share a little bit, because we appreciate it in advance.
Richie Anderson is on. He says, good morning.
What's going on, Uncle
Yeah.
Richie?
He's
Anderson.
uncle today.
Today, on
Yes,
a Tuesday.
he's uncle. Okay. Mom is watching. Good morning, mommy.
Good morning, Mom. Love you.
Dave and Donna Jones said, good morning, family.
You said something, so you in here.
Uncle Brian said it's good for someone to speak life into each other. You know what? You show right. Anna Marie Baker is watching, and she says, "Great morning, family."
Great morning to you, Anna Marie Baker. Man, Anna was down here cutting up.
Listen, she says timely affirmation this morning.
Oh, when she held on to that, I'm telling you,
held on to it. All right, Prentice Osborne is in.
What's going on, Fred? Appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, Uncle Brian says keep laying down and getting up. You will understand. Ain't that real?
So the phrase "keep on living."
Keep.
You know, I used to always, when I was young, I would see my grandparents and they can barely get out the bed. I'm like, man, what's wrong with your back? Keep on living.
Right.
You know, be like, why you over there keep coughing? Keep on living. It's like every answer my great grandparents gave me was just keep on. And they're not laughing because now when I get out of bed, I get out of bed slower.
Yeah.
I ain't got the cough yet. I'm avoiding that. But just Uncle Brian said it. Keep on living.
Teresa said women are more mature.
Well, hold on. Let's just relax from the phone.
Uh-oh.
And
we're
gonna go on because we got a lot of brothers and sisters on here now. See, they trying to make this a norm. So we got people listening local, national, international. So the question right now, as we get into it, do men or women mature faster? And then defend your answer. So don't just say yes or just say no, and everything is welcome, but say yes or no and why. Do women mature faster than us?
You asking me? Oh, I already gave my answer. So yeah,
no,
you already know.
You got to give why. Because I went into brushing your teeth and brushing your tongue and all that. So I didn't give you a chance to. So I'm going to give my answer. You give your answer.
Okay.
And then y'all give your answer. Then we're going to get on to the show because we got to load the show. Get your pen and pad together and your notepad and all that. We start. But do men or women mature sooner and why? What's your answer?
My answer is women mature faster.
Now you got to support that argument.
Women are thinking more about life and what's happening. To me, men are thinking about, or guys at a younger age, they're thinking about, I'm playing basketball, I'm playing football, I'm a track star, I'm, doing these things, and they're more self-absorbed. Where women are starting, thinking about where my life is going to go. What am I going to do? I want to get married. I want to go to college, whatever that is that they're thinking about. Men are just sometimes, in my experience, so let me preface this. In my experience, back during that time, guys were thinking about what rims they was going to put on their car, what stereo system they going to put in, whereas my mind was about life and what life was going to be and what the future was going to look like. So I think that's where you kind of get caught up. And that's where I got caught up. And so that's why I dated an older guy.
Right.
Because I'm thinking more future thinking, not in today, in the moment.
Can we go to the live before I give my answer? See if somebody else has weighed in on this thing.
Listen.
Do men or women mature faster and why?
So Marquise Dennis just pulled up.
Marquise,
he says, good morning. He said he just got off the stage. Who was you on the stage doing something with this early in the morning?
But
anyway,
coming up. So he on the stage announcing it to the world that his birthday
I ain't mad,
coming up.
And I'm not mad.
Yeah.
He said, so I'm now tuned in. But Marquise says women mature sooner, men mature longer. We hit our stride later in life, but it lasts longer.
Ooh, Marquise.
Marquise explained.
There you go, Marquise. There you
what
go,
you talking
Marquise.
About?
Brother, he said it with his chest. He said what he said. Marquise, break it down for us so you can understand.
Yes, tell me.
Once we get our stride,
ahead and write the paragraph.
Once we get our stride, we're going to take care of it. We're going to show everybody where to go.
Karen Kane, that's my homegirl. She said, women mature faster. That's a fact.
You ain't got to say it with an attitude. We just have that. We ain't got to do it with attitude. Y'all see, when your friend get on, you do that. Just say it because here's the thing. If women mature faster, give the brothers some tips as to why or what maybe you need to do. Because a lot of times, here's the thing. Don't go back. Stop looking at the live. Look at the camera. Because here's the thing. If y'all mature faster, brothers want to find a way to not have to lose their woman.
Right.
Can I go there?
Yeah.
So if y'all are maturing faster, give the brothers a couple tips to say, you either going to use me or lose me. Not use me like that. But give the younger brother your age some tips to say, look, bro, if you at least could do this, even though I'm maturing faster, I might can wait on you. But other than that, I'm looking at my man that got a car already, got a house already, because brothers don't want to be losing their love just because another brother's a little bit older. That ain't fair. See, y'all creating the mental health challenges that brothers have because the brother trying to get his stuff together, and here y'all
Well,
go.
I got some more people that might be able to help you out.
No, I'm on a rant right now. I don't want to hit down this. The women are men mature faster and why? I'm just trying to help somebody.
This is hilarious. We always come up with something crazy. Okay, here we go. So Teresa says most women think about a 10-year plan. Men sometimes only think about one day at a time. And then Karen Kane says, sis, you right.
Damali, that's tough. With Teresa, that's tough to say right there.
Now,
hold on.
10-year plan.
She's saying that a brother only got a 24-hour plan. That's
essentially.
So what you're saying is why the girls have a 10-year plan, brothers are operating on 24 hours or less. That is very harsh. Brothers, Marquise, come back over. You got bro, you sleep, you got your coffee, get in here. Because my brother is a person that I think was extremely mature at a younger age.
Yeah, there are some. There are some.
There's exceptions to every rule. So, bro, get in here. Don't leave us. You see what's going on out here. But my bro might be like, no, I was immature too. I just was making some mature decisions.
Now this is Karen Kane says, sis, you're right. Your brother says women do mature faster because men live in the moment. Men will provide for the maturity thinking. Then Karen Kane said, my homegirl, love you, sis, love you too.
Man, hold on, bro. I think he dropped the bar. He said men will provide for the maturity thinking. And what I think he's saying is we'll work and do what we need to do, but it's for the maturity thinking of a woman. So that's why sometimes that's why y'all think y'all our mama. Y'all ain't our mama. Y'all is not our mama. Y'all see Teresa just see it's always a setup. So what's going on? Move your hand from the thing. So you like this, I'm moving the phone away. So that's why right now y'all be thinking y'all is the brother mama. And y'all can't do that. Y'all not our mama.
I don't think we tried to be your mama.
Now, she just said 24 hours for 10 years. At this point, that means I'm guiding you to where we're going because you're thinking about a 10-year plan. So that means you done figured out marriage, kids, where you're going to live.
But how about this? If you're thinking about the same thing, then we're talking about that and creating a plan together. See, I should have a plan and you should have a plan, and then we create a plan. Right. See what I'm saying? So if I'm thinking about 10 years and you thinking about one day, ain't gonna work.
It's hard to put a plan together. Teresa, you done started something now. We're gonna have a whole nother show to address. How does a brother that's only living in a moment, like my brother said, he doesn't support it. Now I can't argue. That's my brother. That's my blood. We got the same DNA, same mama, same daddy. And you done threw us under the bus, bro. But if all you got, Damali, so let me ask you this. So if all the brothers thinking about is 24 hours and the sister is 10 years, then what at that point makes a sister decide, you know what, I'm gonna cut him off? Not because he's not a good dude, not because I don't think he's trying. I'm gonna cut him off because all you got is 24 hours. So when do you feel like, or when do Teresa feel like, this is not the show, we're just trying to help somebody. When do you feel like a man is now getting to an age where he's mature enough where women are starting to say, okay, now we got some. Now you finally get. So what's that age where you feel like, as you was 18, 19, 20, what age made you say, okay, I feel like at this age, because I want to know. I don't know if the brothers want to know. At what age do young women start feeling like a man is finally getting it together?
I think it depends. It varies from person to person.
Well, give it a little range.
So for me, because I can only speak about my lived experience, right? So for me, at 27, I was like, you know what? I'm throwing in the towel. This is it.
That's not the question. We ain't saying nothing about throwing in the towel. What we said is the question.
Yeah.
When do you feel like, or maybe in general, not just, don't make it all personal, even though our personal experiences are real experience. At what age do you think women look at a man and say, man, maybe you can say if he get out of high school and graduate from college and get into his career and maybe have career goals and those kind of things, now he might be more ready, right, to be able to do some of these things. Because typically by the time you done graduate from school and college, to graduate from college, you had to have some maturity. To graduate.
Oh, look,
that's a milestone. Everybody don't go to college. You done got you a trade or a skill and got a job and held it down for 5 years. But what are some signs that, man, that brother is maturing?
I think one of the things is if you're able to have your own place, you know, instead of you running from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend. To me, that's a sign that you're mature. You know, either I done bought a house or I have my own place.
Hold on. Why you got to say he running from girlfriend to girlfriend? He could have man could be walking. You done said he running, sprinting from girlfriend to girlfriend. Look, every brother out here, you didn't say, you said to men out here sprinting from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend. That, Damali, that could be just a friend. This is not going to be a couples thing. But
we're gonna have a relationship show one day.
We won't do it today. Do we
not
need to
not
just leave
today.
this alone? Look,
okay, wait, but there's some more other comments on here.
I'm trying to let it go. We're giving this 5 more minutes.
So Karen Kane says y'all don't listen at that age. Now Karen been married to her husband. Karen, how long you been married to your husband? Tell me. She'll tell me.
Let me tell you, I need to
chime
in. This is why I need to chime in.
Marquise got to answer.
Hold on. I know we're gonna Marquise. High school sweethearts. Because high school sweethearts are the people who have defied what she's saying. So if you high school sweethearts, get in the building now because the house is on fire.
Richie, tell us about your experience.
Look, all of you high school sweethearts, y'all the one can debunk some of these things because the high school sweetheart, meaning from high school to college to life, they've been doing it together. And if that's the case, maybe they can weigh in, but I can see now, they probably looking, the man probably looking at it, you better not start. Yeah.
Get your fingers off that keyboard.
Because if what you saying is true, and what Teresa saying is true, and my brother said is true, I can see they look at high school sweetheart, and the man is saying, "Baby, you better not start." I know I used to jump in the bed. I know I've been playing the video games.
Right.
So high school sweethearts, y'all weigh in because it's 24 hours versus 10 years. So how do you survive that? So we can get back to, because the foundation of community starts with the family.
Yeah.
And we got to find a way in our community to keep the family together.
Yeah.
And even if for whatever reason a separation happened, you still got to keep the family together. Mm-hmm. Daddy got to still be daddy. Mama got to still be mama, because you still got responsibility, which are the kids and the grandkids and all of that stuff. But back to the live so we can let this go. We're giving it 5 more minutes.
Marquise said, men don't start the family maturity until they hold and take care of their child. Can't take care of themselves, and that belongs to them. They have a portion of their brain that won't even open until then. That's why it's so important that mothers allow fathers to be involved in the early stages of childhood.
Drop a bar. Best friend, drop a bar.
Uncle Brian said women mature faster than men. Women are more nurturing when men are more hung up with their macho crap.
Man,
that is
Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian, you know you're on our side. See, the way you leaning in, you are not helping the situation. You on our side. So find a different way to say it. Say what you need to say. But you come on, macho, man. We ain't going there, Uncle Brian.
But and Uncle Brian continues to say that some never get out of that phase until they are lost in the wilderness.
Man,
Not
Uncle
the wilderness.
Uncle Brian. Yeah.
Jessica says women definitely mature faster. She said, my husband has always said women mature faster as well. Women definitely think about life and future. Now, when men get it, they get it forever, and it's stronger. You know, men are always meant to be the leader, not the women.
I'm glad you said that, because what I'm sitting here thinking is, you know, you're supposed to be the head of the household if you're a man, the spiritual head, you know, the natural head. You're supposed to be leading. But the thing about it now, if you only got a 24-hour plan and she already got a 10-year plan, but you're supposed to be leading, you're leading with a 24-hour plan and she got a 10-year plan, that could create some confusion along the way. We just, okay.
So Richie said, I think it depends on those life experiences that were mentioned earlier. Look at the person's actions to determine where they are when it comes to maturity. Man. That's Richie's answer.
And so he's saying your actions will be a sign of your maturity.
Exactly. Cousin April, how you doing, sis?
There you go. What's going on, favorite cousin?
Yeah. She says, I agree with Dominique. Also, women tend to be the planners. We take care of the home, the kids, and everything else while the men provide. So that's her response. April said, yep, you explained it better, cuz, talking about what Dominique said.
Now, I'm going to tell you something that makes me think this is starting to be true. I'm trying to lean. I'm trying to hold on for us, brothers. But hold on. Hold up. Hold on now. I get to say something too sometimes.
Okay.
That might be why when men are younger, I notice that they get paid and they just give the check to the wife. Or they just give the check to the girlfriend. So I do notice a lot of men do that.
Yeah.
Because they be like, A man may just go do some things with your check. Now they don't have enough to pay all the bills.
Mhm.
So I think it's a lot of times understood. So may I ask you this?
Mhm.
So men have a chance to survive and keep their woman
Mhm.
if they at least can get the check and bring it home because of the maturity thing. So we can make sure light, gas, water, food is in the refrigerator and that kind of thing. Do you think that if a man at least have that much maturity versus getting the check, spending it, and the lights start flickering?
Well, but hold
Phone
on
turn
now,
Let's go back to the live then.
because I got it. No, because you brought up a
I
point.
said something. Okay.
Wait a minute. Now, some folks you can't do that with. Some women you can't do that with. Now, and I'm a woman, but every woman don't take care of business. Now, let's just be clear.
You got some shopaholics out there now.
We got some shopaholics that it's more important to get my lashes done or my nails done than it is to pay this light bill.
Yeah, we'll sit in here in the dark with some candles.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right.
But I'm gonna be cute when
so
that.
You got to know your people.
You got to know.
And I'm not saying there ain't nothing wrong with it, but I think that you should work together.
I like
to
that.
do things. Then what other than I'm giving you my check and then now you doing whatever you want to do with it.
It sounds like that's what Richie is saying. That your decisions is a sign of the maturity.
Right.
Back to the live, and we got
Back
2
to the
more
live.
minutes before we switch gears.
So David and Donna been waiting on them to chime in.
Wait a minute.
David and Donna Jones, here we go.
Hold on, I'm finna take my notes now. Turn my paper off.
He said they dated for 3 years in high school and they've been married for 47 years.
Man, everybody needs.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dominique says.
Let me say this too. Hand clap. Give me a hand clap.
Yes.
47 years.
Yes.
Dated in high school for 3.
So that's 50 years there.
That's it. That's
together.
That. Romeo found his Juliet early.
Way early. Okay. Dominique said, "Yep, I'm married to my high school sweetheart right now."
Yep. And I witnessed that. I witnessed that.
And then April says, just because the plan of a woman makes more sense doesn't mean the man can't spearhead said plan. A leader will lead regardless.
Amen.
Drop the mic. Okay.
The mic,
yes,
cousin.
sister cousin.
That.
That's good. That's good. And then Dominique, lastly, this is the last comment, then we're going to move on.
Get to the show.
Dominique said, I did not spend any of my own money for the first 15 years of our marriage just to keep our head above water. So he just took care of business.
And that's called sacrifice.
Man, sacrifice.
15, that means that's a lot of maturity right there to say.
That's a lot of passing the plate.
Because I'm going to make sure the kids, because he said he had 2 rugrats.
Right.
Now, no, my nieces and nephews. That's my nieces and nephew you talking about. Do not call my niece and my nephew a rugrat. But anyway,
right.
I understand what you're saying. Look, y'all, we're going to take a break because, look, let me add this for context. Relationship Goals is a movie that came out February 4th.
Maybe we'll talk about that
Launched
tomorrow.
out of here, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shout out to Pastor Mike Todd over there at the Transformation Church.
Yes.
That does a lot of great work. He did a best-selling book called Relationship Goals.
Yeah. Off the hashtag.
Relationship Goals that switched into the movie. Shout out to Method Man and Kelly Rowland. But it came out, it was number 1 when it first came out. I think that something that may help with all this action we got going on the Wake Up is maybe check out that movie, check out that book, because the one thing we want to do in our community going forward, we want to have better relationships.
Yeah.
And that's going to start with relationship goals. With that being said, we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to come back and get to the show that we're supposed to start out with. But see, y'all started something, but we're going to stop that right now. Relationship goals. Y'all check out the movie, grab the book. We'll be right back on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful 2-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner. He confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play, Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. It's the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the show. We're live on NYCU.FM radio station. We're live on KBOB 89.9 FM over there with Uncle Bobby, where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about the Juice radio show, which is our youth program, but we allow high schoolers to get into this media space. They get to travel to DC, Memphis, the ATL, and all of that good stuff. And even sometimes they go across that water into Africa. So if you want to be a part of that, to let your kids explore some other options, let them check out the Juice. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. But y'all are live right here with us in studio on this Tuesday, on this Taco Tuesday. And I'm eating tacos today. I'm a little hungry already. There's some kind of taco breakfast out there or something. The temperature is 42 degrees right now. It's going to be a little bit warmer today than it was on yesterday. We 54 minutes after the hour. And Damali and I are here having a good time on the Wake Up. And the Wake Up means wake up physically, but we living in a time where we got to wake up in other areas of our life. Local, national, international. And everybody that's done woke up with us this morning, we appreciate the love. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of stuff we're going to get to. Damali?
Yes.
How you feeling since y'all done started something?
It seems like my throat's coming back a little bit because I've been laughing and stuff. You
had
know?
Something to say. You just had a little something to say. The Lord said, I'm going to clear your voice. Clear your throat. So you can say what you need to say. Damali?
Yes.
So we made a left turn. And we
somebody put their signal on and
we put their signal, turned down.
Yeah.
It took a little detour. But we was talking about who's more mature, men or women, and why. So as we wrap that up, because at the top of the hour, we got to get into the topic of the day. Let's go to the live because we want everybody to have their thoughts. I want to be like, you be like, oh, I had something to say and y'all skipped me. No, we didn't. So shout out to people on the live. We're going to hit these last few comments and then we're going to jump into the action.
So Crash said that he was married to the streets at a young age, but he said thankfully he met his mentor and divorced the streets fast.
Man. What the married, when you say married to the streets, let me tell you something, Crash, you saying something.
Man.
Brothers and sometimes even sisters. And you said the real man be married to the streets. And it's not easy to divorce the streets, boy, because the streets don't want to let you go. And sometimes, to be honest, you don't want to let the streets go. Because you know, when you want to know whether or not a brother or sister is married to the streets, you let them ride down. If everybody go, hey!
Yeah.
They was married to the streets.
That happens. He said his mentor, George Alexander Sr., Officer Derek Alexander's father, mentored him. And if he didn't, he said he wouldn't be here. today.
Mentorship.
So shout out.
Mentorship.
Yeah. PSA, going forward, you should delegate one day of the week where people can text in what's on their minds, whether in life, health, finances, or the world at large. You would be surprised where the audience will take you.
Hey.
Good idea, Uncle Brian. Let's do it on Wednesdays. I think Wednesday, that's a hump day.
You put it in the first 15 minutes and we unpack it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think that's fair. Lataja is on.
Lataja is in the building. What's going on with you? Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Community Wake Up. Hey.
That's another cousin. So we got cousin, sister April is on, of course. David and Donna Jones, Uncle Brian, of course. Thank you so much for, always being here. We got Soror, Stacy, Nicholson, Reese.
Little Rock in the building.
Yeah.
What's up, Soror?
My older sister, Teresa. Mommy's on. Just a whole lot of other folks. So, okay, we're going to get down to what we're supposed to be talking
Guess
about.
who just got up in here, though?
Who is that?
Japan is in here.
What?
China is in here.
What?
The water's in here. So y'all said
Good morning, y'all.
Did somebody say something about relationships?
Oh, okay.
Let us get in here and give y'all some information from the other side of the world.
Here we go.
Anyway, what we gonna do, Damali?
All right, so our theme for today is faith in action. Right. And actually, some of the things that we've been talking about this morning really are faith in action.
Right.
But we're going to give you the definition and what we're talking about when we say that. So what it looks like when beliefs turn into movement. Faith isn't just what we say, it's what we do. So right here in Tulsa, faith communities continue stepping up to serve beyond the sanctuary walls. Churches and faith-based organizations are hosting food drives, providing rental and utility assistance, supporting youth mentorship programs, offering reentry support, and creating safe spaces for families. Faith in action means meeting real needs in real time. I love that. Nationally, faith-based groups are responding to disaster relief, homelessness, healthcare access, and workforce development. Across the country, religious organizations remain some of the largest providers of social services. And globally, faith-rooted organizations are delivering humanitarian aid, building schools, supporting refugees, and responding to climate and conflict crises. Faith in action shows up when communities mobilize. It shows up when volunteers serve, when leaders collaborate, when congregations give, and when neighbors show compassion. Faith is not passive. It feeds the hungry. It mentors the youth. It comforts the grieving, and it builds systems of support. And here's the key. Faith becomes powerful when it moves. Prayer becomes powerful when it partners, and belief becomes powerful when it builds. So whether you're volunteering, donating, mentoring, or simply encouraging someone who needs it, you are participating in faith in action. Because faith is more than words. It's service with intention, it's hope with structure, and it's compassion in motion.
Faith in action. Boy, Damali, you talking about something now. Because your community should be a reflection of your church. So when I come to a community and I see a big mega ministry and I don't see nothing but poverty all around that church, I'll be thinking to myself, is something wrong with this scenario? And we did a show last year, and we gave churches a grade.
We did.
Because we just want to see what the people are. The beauty of the community to wake up, we can say what we need to say because we just want to be a voice for community. And I'm going to ask y'all on the live, and y'all be nice because give grace all the way around. Let me say that first. My question that I'm going to ask you as we go through some of these things is, what grade do you give the churches for the jobs that they're doing in community? And we're going to talk about us. You know, when we say us, sis, you know what I mean. How good do you think the church is doing in the community? And give them a grade, and then why? So does the church in your communities get an A, a B, a C, a D, or the flag? Hopefully that's not the case. But that's how we get down to the real deal, because the pastors and the bishops and the apostles and all that stuff, they need to know how they doing.
The leaders and the teachers, yeah.
And we are all accountable to try to make what we do better. So Damali, I'm going to start with you and me, because see, y'all always get off the hook because we start with us.
Yeah.
What grade do you give the churches, and I'm talking about us's, And why do you give them that grade?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all give y'all grade and why. How's church doing in community? And we're going to do the same thing. So how do you feel like, Damali, right now, 2026, churches are doing in community right now? Are they doing a good job? Give them a grade first.
I would give the churches a C.
Ooh, Damali, that hurt. That means you barely passed the class. You know what C mean, you barely. C minus, C plus, or just a C?
Yeah.
A C.
C. Just a C.
You give to Damali,
Just a C.
live in Greenwood, live on Black Wall Street, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, give the churches. And we did with a whole lot of churches, local, national, and international. She give the churches a C. Why does Damali, on the community wake up, give the churches a C?
So I would say the reason why is because I feel like the churches are supposed to be and have historically been the places for refuge. They have been the place for anytime there's anything happening in community, it was a church that rose up first.
Right.
To make sure that the community was taken care of. If mama needed something, grandma needed something, it was the church that answered the call.
Right.
And sometimes in community, depending on where you are, because some smaller rural communities, they're more connected. But I feel like what's happening now is we have a insurgence of these large mega churches,
Right.
where the church is so large you can't touch the people.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
Tough,
Like
yeah.
you can't even get to the pastor.
Right.
Right. There's not that one-on-one, so it's like everything is so big.
Right.
They're not getting granular. They're not getting down
so
to
that
the people who
personal touch.
really need the resources.
Man, Damali, you saying something now. Okay.
And so when we talk about, feeding the hungry, when we talk about mentoring the youth, when we talk about comforting the grieving, when we talk about building systems of support, they're not really doing that. We spend a lot of time like on the big stage, but there's not really that funnel down is not really taking place. I think we are doing better in Tulsa. I can only speak for Tulsa because that's where I live, but I think we're doing better. I think we're doing better at trying to take care of our community. I see some churches in our community that are like purchasing land, that are, looking into housing, and how we can house, our congregations. They're looking into creating daycares, where they can, build and create systems around our own kids instead of, passing our kids off to somebody else and then they dumping the wrong stuff in them. So I think we're moving in the right direction, but we still got a lot of work to go. And I think the other piece is because we spend so much time being in competition.
Oh,
it's the Baptists versus the Catholics, and it's the, the Christians versus the Muslims, and it ain't even about that.
all of that.
It's not even about that. What souls are being saved because of that?
But Damali just said something. Now, look, when you give a grade, you're not giving your pastor or your bishop or your church the grade. So don't be like, ooh, I can't say what I really want to say. We just saying in general. So when we speaking, when you travel in your own community and other community, do you feel like the churches are doing their part? Give the church community a grade so that pastors and bishops and people know what it is that they're doing. Because after that, let's give some tips to how we can maybe feel like we're doing better. Man, Damali, I got to go next. Everybody on the live is like, ooh,
they
Jesus.
Scared.
Pray first before you say.
Yeah.
But we given, and the reason why I think it's important to do it in 2026, because when we did it last year, the church got F's.
Straight F's.
Everybody was saying F, and I'm like, now y'all know we're gonna bring some pastors in here so they can speak to this at some point. We ain't bringing Drewski,
right? No, not Drewski,
because we don't do skits, we don't do comedy,
right?
We do real community. So we're gonna bring in some pastors because that's how we're gonna be able to get real. So we can say, man, pastor, these are the grades that we're getting, and this is what the community is saying, local, national, and international, and we need to find a way to do better.
Yes,
together. I think about if I have to give a grade, I'm going with a C. I got to go with a C. I got to go with a C. I got to go with a C.
And why is that?
Because I look at when the results come in. But then it's 2026 early, it's the first quarter. And then I'm going to go with a C because I feel like, okay, a C is fair to say these are the things that's going on. And as we get pastors to come on the show, we get a chance to move the needle.
Right.
And we can go up or down. But I think everybody gets a fair shot. And just like we need grace.
Yeah, got to give grace.
Sometimes the church and the pastor may also need, especially now when you look at the news, also need grace too. And I'll say this, when the results come in community, in Oklahoma, we ranked at the bottom in education.
Oh.
At the bottom, 50. So out of all these states, because I'm looking at where the results come in, because Damali talked about where the church normally would help with schooling. You know what I mean? Because at least reading the Bible at least get you to 25th. Right. If you at least read the word, you know.
Right.
So when I look at grades, I look at poverty. When I look at no jobs, when I look at the mental health of the community, when so many kids and young people are just committing suicide, you know, when I look at now the numbers in churches being way down to the point where sometimes people are just like, you know what, I don't even want to even go to church.
Yeah.
And so it makes me go back to my childhood, because I can go back to when I was a kid, the church was the spot. You know why? Because I can remember I could be riding my bike. If I get thirsty, guess where I can go get a drink of water?
Exactly.
I could literally, with nobody in the church, park my bike, go into my church, go to the water fountain, and get a snack. Get back on my bike and keep riding. But you know what it is? The church invested in me. So I'm not going to go into the church and do anything to harm the church.
That's right.
Because the church is helping me and all my friends. It could be 5 of us.
Right.
We could be riding our bikes. Now think about that. I'm talking about middle schoolers. We can get off our bikes, go into the church, go to the water fountain, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, get on our bikes, and keep going. You know, you don't have to say what you think, because our actions as kids is going to show you where we are. When it comes to our seniors, in some moment, so many seniors are now in these nursing homes getting abused. Now, I'm not putting it all on the church, because we all have a responsibility.
Absolutely.
I'm just talking about the results of when you got strong church versus what I may see as a little bit weaker church, because so many elderlies are getting beat up and abused and all this stuff in nursing homes. But when we were younger, the sick and shut in had a team of people that was going to be going to the nursing home and checking those people food. They're going to be checking. The church people be going to people's house and all of that. And now a lot of times our singers be like, I ain't even heard from the church. I ain't heard nothing from no church. I ain't heard nothing from nobody. And so I think that I still give it a C, because that's fair. And then hopefully we can get back to some programs where, like you said, it's a little more touchable. I can remember my pastors growing up. Laughing with him, talking with him, because back in the day, the pastor ride by the club. I don't know if he was going to try to go in or he was really trying to run us away. Or I ain't going to start. You know, it was some pastors will go.
Don't start it.
I ain't going, because it's a serious matter. But I'm just saying, every now and then the pastor will. I done seen people at the club and then they pastoring after that, and that is confusing. But you know, you ain't never seen a drug dealer then become a pastor. I mean, it happens.
Oh yeah.
But when you was just selling drugs last year, we understood you got delivered. But I'm just saying, as a kid, we like, I don't know if it's been enough time.
Right.
Because we just
right.
it.
We just like,
and now you look, and you know all my secrets. Now you get up in the pulpit and say, you standing and you doing this, and you was doing it too.
Right.
Like last week, bro. Don't do
fingers
like
at me.
But anyway, I'm just saying, if that happens, it's okay. But give grace still. But I think we got to find a way with our church and our faith in action community to be able to do a little bit better.
Yes. So Uncle Brian says, I give the churches as a whole a C-. He said, because they have become too political. I agree with that. And forgot who they're working for, not for themselves, but doing the work of Jesus and his mission.
Right.
So I have to agree with that. Donnie says flag.
My little bro, hold on, bro, because you know what you say carries a lot of weight.
He said there are not expectations of churches taking in members that we end up with spiritually crippled members that do not understand the operation. Nobody wants to help the community because they feel like the church is supposed to help them first.
Man.
Uncle Brian says in 1960, 85% of America said they worship in some form. Today, it's down to 25% and falling.
Let me ask you this, Damali. Do you think that's maybe a big issue just with our society as a whole? Is because here's the thing. Now, I'm not saying y'all have to do what we did. We used to live at church. I'm not
Yeah.
saying, look,
That's true.
we used to be at church on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, cleaning up, helping. I used to go helping Miss Irene, helping her clean up the church. But see, that's community. I would go help. See, I know the name. I would go help Miss Irene on Saturday, clean the church. And Lord Jesus, you ain't gonna never get to leave the church on Sunday because you're gonna go to Sunday school,
Right.
regular church. Then you're gonna get in the van and go visit another church. But here's the thing, Damali, it was fun. Because one, it was fun to me because I was eating a lot of fried chicken. I'm battling with that right now. But anyway, I'm just saying, church looked like community.
Exactly.
So the church was like the main stage. The churches would get together and go have softball games, you know, and everybody come out and all that stuff. So I'm just saying that I think that when something's not broke, don't try to fix it. So I just think that, man, we might need to get back to some of those season times. And I'll say this too, and I love all pastors. Can I say that first, Lord? Because we ain't saying no names. But here's another thing. Most of the time when I was growing up, pastors were much older. Is that all right to say that?
Yeah.
Think about it.
I think that's
Think
true.
about it.
I think that's true.
All my pastors had glasses, looking over the top.
Yes.
Saying, have you been good? Ain't God good? But I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that lived experience went a long way. If you think about the pastors that was sitting in the pulpit when you was a kid,
Right.
and man, everybody had some seasoning on their bones,
Right.
because they had some life experience. And there's nothing wrong, because let me tell you something, you don't have to be old to be wise, and that's fair.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that it's kind of like right now when grandmas are 35. Now, don't y'all come looking for me. I'm just saying a little something. At 35, you haven't lived that long to be grandma. Grandma still.
That is true, though.
I'm just saying.
That is true.
If we don't call a spade, then what are we calling it? And I think now when you leave the church and you go home, when grandma was 35, 36. I was pawpaw at 36. There you have it. Boom. So don't come looking for me because I was pawpaw in the gym doing 400 pounds. But it is what it is. But you don't have to be old to be wise. So I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that we have to find a way to get back to those roots, because we getting too far away. So now they shoot up schools. Now they vandalize the school. Now they do skits about the pastors. Now, so that lets you know what the respect level is.
Exactly.
But you remember how back in the day, you better not say nothing about the Lord. You be ready to fight.
Pastor,
and don't say nothing about nobody pastor.
Now.
But now it's kind of like,
whatever.
You know, and it can't be like that.
So Uncle Brian continues to say that people are turning away in droves. We need the church in the worst way now. Your brother says, just like on the job, before you can do the work alone, you need a shadow and orientation to show your capabilities. People are in the church, and we need to strengthen the community, which in return will strengthen the church. That's a good point. That is a really good point. Teresa says communities in the church are slacking since the pandemic. There's too many churches in Tulsa not to be better in the community. C is the correct answer.
Man, see, but she said something. What about the pandemic? I'm asking y'all too, and Damali. What do y'all think about the pandemic? Do you think it just greatly affected churches, just so much so that people got home and like, I ain't going back? I mean, what did the pandemic do to, because it seemed like churches was, attendance was better.
Well, but I think maybe people were going out of tradition. And then when you fell out of that norm, and realize, you know what?
Damali, don't say that. So now what you're saying is it's just tradition that they was going.
I mean, just stop and think about it. Like, why is it Mother's Day and Easter are the biggest church going days of the year? It's out of tradition. You know, I mean, you can go to church every single Sunday if you choose, but you only choose to go on Mother's Day and Easter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's out of tradition. I think a lot of things we have gotten as a people, we've gotten conditioned to do those things just because, you know, that's what we've been doing. That's what we were raised to do. I think the other thing too is
let me ask this before you get away. So you're thinking people really they're not even going to church to go to church. They're going to church because it's Mother's Day. I'm really here to celebrate my mom.
Right.
Because after this, you're not going to see me no more again until Mother's Day. But like you said, that is tradition. So even if people went traditionally, because I just go to church because of my grandma and my mama and my uncles went to the church, so I still go. But you thinking during the pandemic and some other things, it's like Mama, I see you on Easter because it's Easter Sunday, because that's when Christ rose, and I see you on Mother's Day. But other than that, I got stuff to do. And I just
well, I think people started to realize, like, sometimes you just don't need the aggravation. Sometimes, and I think the other thing too is awareness. You know, when you start realizing that pastors have flaws
and not perfect.
Right. And they're not perfect, which you should know that already, because the Bible states that, that no human, is perfect. But I think that when you start realizing, and social media made it easy.
Right.
So now you can see what your pastor is doing, where your pastor is going, or where some of these pastors are, what some of these pastors are doing, and where they're going and how they're behaving.
And here goes judgment now, because back in the day when all you had was a pager, you couldn't video with a pager. All you could get a pager run to the payphone, but now you got phones. Yeah. And like you say, it's because
access.
The thing about it is, I don't just put pastors on the pedestal, because I understand that's a man or a woman, and they trying to make it just like we are. Right. Now, I do think that you got to live a certain way to be up in the pulpit.
Exactly.
Now, let me say that you can't just be out here doing anything and then I'm coming to your church, But I think that's a good point that you said, because I think that the pandemic, it hurt, because I think a lot of people was like, I'm just gonna watch church online now.
Yeah.
But watching church online, you done fell asleep. You done ate some toast and drunk some coffee. You ain't watching church. You sleep.
You're doing all kind of other stuff. Yeah.
You're doing all kind of other stuff. But let's go back to the live, y'all.
Yeah.
We're trying to be careful, because we love the pastors and we don't want nobody feeling like.
Dr. Tamika Rogers just joined. She said, "Good morning, cousins." Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Tamika Rogers.
Martisha Childs has joined. She said, "Good morning, family."
Okay, this is where we are, Doctor. Right? But this is where we're at right now. How are churches doing? We're talking about faith in action. And so the question we posed is, I see some other visitors. Willie Bourne, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thanks. He went with us to church on Sunday. We had some good old church.
We
Sunday.
did have good church Sunday.
The question is, how is the churches doing with the community now? So one, you got to give the church a grade. A, B, C, D, and we've been getting some F's out here, y'all.
Yeah, we have.
But then you got to add some commentary to it. Like, I give this grade, this is why. Damali gave the churches, local, national, international, a C. And the reason why was a multitude of things that she feel like the church can do better. I gave the church a C because I'm just looking at when the results come in, because church normally will help with like education, helping with the sick and shut in, will help with, I think, with people's mental health and all of that. And when I look at in Tulsa, we at the bottom of the barrel in Oklahoma when it comes to grades. When I look at the mental health of our young adults and our kids, and even the adults, when I look at the elders that are now, in these different facilities and being abused. Now, it's not all on the church. I'm just going back in my childhood when after church, we had a sick and shut-in crew that was taking hot meals to the elders and checking on, get them their medicine. We was doing everything. And then, let me tell you something, when them elders get good, they will come to church and lose their wig in the church, fall under the bench.
Right.
Because the church came.
Because the church showed up.
Nobody got happy like mother.
Okay.
She done got delivered and healed. And she come back to church. She gonna get happy and run all over the church.
It's over.
Like, I thought her knee was bad. I thought he was doing, but that's the difference. When I look at these school shootings, when I look at people that
church shootings for that matter,
and church shootings and shooting the pastor. And here's another thing, Damali, can I say this? I cannot say this. This is why I came over to see. When I see pastors committing suicide, right? When I see the first lady killing the pastor, when I see the pastor shooting and killing the first lady, that's right now. Every day, all day. What, Damali? What the heck is really going on when the pastors are committing suicide?
So Willie Barney has a comment. He says, "Good morning." He said, "I think you need to look at it on a church by church basis. Some are truly leading by example. There's a wide range. Lift up those churches that are leading spiritually, socially, mentally, financially, and economically."
Right.
Agree with that. Uncle Brian says the pandemic, like 9/11, changed our whole mindset on how and what we do. We as a people have become a ship with no rudder. Woo!
Which way you going?
Which way you going?
Let me say this, Damali. Personally, how you feel about just your church going and your relationship just personally? We'll say that because some of it, we're just talking about it broadly. But now if we narrow it down and say, okay, Damali, how you feel about like your coming and going with church, and how is it important to you? Not important. How do you feel about it? Just personally.
So personally, I think that for me, I always look for a church that was doing something outside of the church walls, which is why I'm at the church that I'm at.
Right.
Because there's just a lot of community interaction. There's a lot of things going on. But I can tell you this, that sometimes the people in the church make you not want to commune with the church.
So people in the church got to be a little more loving.
You know,
sometimes, not everybody.
Not everybody.
A couple.
But I'm just saying that, you know, the tone, the way you talk to people, the way you interact with people, you know, I mean, you don't know what people have gone through and what people are trying to be delivered from. You don't know that. And so at the end of the day, when you popping off just because you the church mother, not saying that this happened in my church, I'm just saying. But when you popping off, you don't know what I done been through in order to get right here and how God has delivered me to get to this point. You know, so like Medea said, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You need to not do that. And we need to operate in love, period.
Yeah, I agree. And I can remember too, man, because I remember going to church when I was a kid, man, and maybe my mom going through a struggle. But I remember getting to the church, man, because sometimes you limp to the church. Mm-hmm. But I can remember as a kid, man, I can remember the elders hugging my mom. Mm-hmm. You know, if she crying, let me pray, it's going to be okay. But sometimes I'm glad you prayed for me. But if I'm still hungry when I leave your presence, your prayer ain't working. Is that all right? Right. To be honest, but I'm just saying, when I go back in the day, people will pray. But hey, let us go on and get you some church's chicken or some KFC. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would come, they're like, man, let us get y'all some jackets. Yeah. Because it's cold and y'all don't have jackets on. The barber in the church would say, man, let me give you some haircuts. Mm-hmm. The sisters would be like, let us get your hair done. Yeah. To me, that's churching. Mm-hmm. Churching isn't a word. I just made that up. Church. That's churching. You know, when people come and I'll say sometimes people are going through whatever they're going through, and that's their journey with God. I understand that. But for us, that's why Damali said, I like the community side of church and stuff outside of it, because there are food distributions and spring break camps and summer camps and expungements. And if you're getting out of prison, here's fitting back in. I think it got to be some resources and services so that people can feel you outside, because you should feel the love of the church. Even if you ain't been made to the church, you should feel the love of the church before you even get to the church. Right. Some way, somehow, because it should be in community, making sure community is okay.
So there are two more comments we're gonna mention, and then it's 23 past the hour. We're gonna go ahead and move into our Black History Did You Know fact after a quick break. Okay. So these two comments, Uncle Brian says, for Tulsa to have over 800 churches in the Tulsa area, we shouldn't be going through what we are. Totally agree.
Hold on, 800. Here's
that's a lot of churches.
Thank you, because
it's a church on
we're
every
not
corner.
gonna get better unless we just have to call a spade a spade. Yeah. So if you got 800 churches, that's a lot of churches. You can't be ranked. Let me just say it. You can't be ranked 50th in education if you got 800 churches. You shouldn't be number one in the world incarcerating women in the world. If you got 800 churches, you shouldn't be incarcerating. You shouldn't be ranked number one incarcerating women. You shouldn't be ranked number two incarcerating men. If you got 800 churches in a community, so many people shouldn't be living below the poverty line. If you got 800 churches in a community, so that's how I'm linking it up. But here's what's fair: we gave churches a C. We're gonna get some pastors, some leaders, and like Willie Barney said, you got to separate some too, because you got some churches that are just hitting grand slam home runs. We got some churches that got A+++ in Tulsa. Let me just say that first. Right. You know, we just letting y'all know what the community is
overall.
But overall.
So Morticia Child said she gives the churches a C also. Man. She said there's a gospel song of I Will Not Complain. She said, but when I go to City Hall and the complainers are getting changes and leveling up their communities, we need to ask for what we want.
Let me say this too. When there's a fight at City Hall, when I think about back in the day, the pastors will be leading the conversation.
That part.
When there was some social justice issues going on, when the city was trying to do something against kids and their communities, because these are the people that come to your church, then I'm just accustomed growing up that the pastors was the leaders. They may be the only people that speak because they were speaking for the people.
Exactly.
They were speaking for their congregation. They were speaking for the mothers, the fathers, the kids that they was over. And it went much farther because pastors have influence.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you go to the meeting and you see 500 people and maybe 2 pastors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it right there. See the silence?
Silence.
I just, because that's how it sounds, because that's your spiritual side of what we're doing. Because if the community just out there, you might just be getting the natural. So you know what the natural may say? Let's knuckle up. And that's not the way you can deal with this. It's spiritual warfare stuff going on.
Yeah.
And that's what the pastors help us to see. And they can speak to the people and say, hey, let me get up here and talk. You know, we got you. We got your back. So you can't fake showing up.
So Verna Downing says, remember, we are the church.
Amen.
God is going to deal with us. However, come on now, some of these churches need to help out just a little bit. And Verna said, she said, speak, Brother Charles.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're going to park it right there.
So C is looking like that C is looking like that's the grade as far as this particular.
Now, here's the benefit. A year ago, the grade was an F.
So we making some progress.
Still got some F. So we up at a C to C minus. But we're going to get some pastors in here because our goal is not to talk about anybody. Our job is just to call a spade, create conversation so that we can come back to the table and we can do better together as a community. We're going to take a real quick break after we do you want to do
let's take a quick break first and then we'll come back and then we'll do the rest of the show.
The rest of the show? All right. Love y'all. Y'all on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We'll be right back after this break.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful 2-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
Buy local, build local, support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams, local dollars, local success.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We back here live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street, right here on Greenwood, y'all. We live on NYCU.FM radio station. Remember, when we go off the air, stay locked in to NYCU.FM radio station on your phone. If you got to get there, just go to Google, put in NYCU.FM. You're going to see that play button, hit that play. That music gonna start first. Then you stroll to the bottom and you see all the activities we got going on. Live on KBOB right here locally with Uncle Bobby, where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about our juice program. We have our youth come in to the radio station, rock with us. Then we take them to Memphis, Washington, D.C., the ATL, Africa, and other places. You know, you got to expose these kids to something different for them to do something different. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use, but y'all got the best seat in the house. Y'all live in studio with me and Damali. We turned up. We trying to turn it down. Our boy Steve is on the ones and twos. Shout out to DJ JB Smooth, because all the grooving music and all those drops and all that you hear, that's DJ JB Smooth. Damali, what's up? What's up?
Yes. Hey, so let's give a couple shout outs. I see Raheem Sanders is actually on.
Omaha in the building.
Yes, Ben Flint.
Hey, what's going on, Frank? Look, Ben grew up right across the street.
What?
Shout out to the B-Town and my frat, man. Appreciate you for tuning in, Ben.
We have Ashley Grant, Cherokee Nation Tribal Council.
Boy, they showed out.
Yes.
They opened a new center.
Yes.
Hey, go to Peoria and 46, make that left, right by that dollar store. They opened up a 4,000 square feet facility, $2 million. Doing big things for the youth, doing big things for the elderly, doing big things for programs. That's called making a difference. Cherokee, shout out to y'all.
Joy McConaughey is on.
Miss Joy, love you, Miss Joy.
Yes. We got a lot of people. Eli Grayson, he said, how about a number 5B at Church's Chicken?
See that? Eli, hold on. Eli, hold up. Love you, Eli. Eli,
yes.
Put your Showtime on KBOB on. I see KBOB is on.
Yes.
Shout out to the. That's what we live, y'all.
Yes.
And for the people that thought that, okay, NYC.FM and KBOB was something different, we got to get it from the horse's mouth. We going to be family to forever because Damali, Uncle Bobby, and KBOB is the reason why we on the air right now.
Yes.
So we was minding our own business. And Uncle Bobby said, y'all should give it a chance. You should give it a try. And 6 years later,
we still here.
We still here, bro.
Together.
Live, local, national, and international. Man, we've been having a day-to-day. We talked about some relationships early. Then we broke it down to how the churches was doing, and the church ended up with a C. We're going to get some pastors in here after they go by church and chicken, and we're going to talk about that. But now, we got to get to a couple more things. We 33 minutes after the hour. Do me a favor. You see that arrow on your thing? Click share. Just go ahead and share the video. Share the video. Share the video.
Hey, are you a fan of boxing?
I am a fan of boxing.
I heard.
You heard.
I heard that a little birdie told me that Floyd Mayweather is coming back.
Floyd Money Mayweather?
Floyd Money Mayweather.
50-0.
Yes.
55-0. Wait a minute. He's coming out of
He's coming out of retirement. That's
Floyd
what
Mayweather
the little bird. He's coming out of retirement.
Why?
He's coming out of retirement. And
hold on. Did y'all know this and y'all didn't tell me? Floyd Money Mayweather, probably one of my favorite boxers of all time, is coming out of retirement. Uncle Brian, and you ain't called me. Ain't none of my boxing extraordinaires. How you know, Damali? Are you a boxing fan?
Listen, I am a boxing fan.
Read it, Floyd.
But Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to have a fight with Manny Pacquiao.
They gonna do it.
They gonna run it back.
Oh my God.
They gonna run it back. They're gonna have a rematch on September the 19th at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Oh, it's going down.
It's going down.
Floyd done came out of retirement, y'all.
What I heard was that some people owed him some money to the tune of $300 million, and they ain't paid. So Floyd, I got to come back out of retirement because he's like, I got to get some money, get my money up.
That gap.
Yeah.
Well, that goes to, if he got to go back and fight again, that goes to, because he's made probably $1 billion. But that's that financial literacy.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to be doing.
You got to watch who's watching your money.
But it's only one person that I got on a plane, spent big money, and went to Vegas to watch. Want me to tell you who that was?
Who was that?
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Okay.
I went when he fought Sugar Shane Mosley in Vegas.
Okay.
And when you talk about, let me tell y'all something. If you've never been to a boxing event, it is an experience.
Mhm.
You talk about the stars coming out. When I went, man, Will Smith was there,
Mhm.
and Jada
Mhm.
was Mike Tyson and Tank and Trey Songz. You name a star, stars come out for boxing
for the
events.
boxing.
But
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, this is big news. This
Yeah,
is some breaking
He's
news.
coming out. So they said the fight's going to be streamed globally on Netflix.
To make some money.
And so you guys remember the last fight, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Floyd actually beat Manny Pacquiao
Right.
by a unanimous decision in a record-setting fight on May 2nd in 2015.
10 years ago.
10 years
11
ago.
almost.
Mhm. So, and then they made so much money. They said that that fight shattered several boxing records that still stand today, including pay-per-view viewership in the United States with 4.6 million pay-per-view buys.
And it's like 100 to watch it.
Yeah,
That's a lot
and
of money.
over $410 million in revenue. The fight also broke gate records at $72.2 million in ticket sales.
Yeah, he needs to.
Ain't that crazy?
Here's the thing. And here's the thing. When you think fighting, I do look at it because Bud, which is another
Bud
Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
And Omaha, my Omaha people,
Yeah,
they love some
yeah,
Bud
yeah.
Crawford. But he retired early. He just got maybe his largest payday, and he was getting ready, Damali, for $100 million fight at minimum. And he's undefeated. And he decided, you know what, I've done all I need to do because I value my health.
Yes.
And my mental health and my brain health, because when you boxing, your life is on the line each and every time.
Yeah.
People done died in the ring.
Yeah.
And so I think for Floyd to be coming out, I think he's taking a chance. What y'all think on the live? I think if Floyd is coming out and fighting at this age, because he at least 40 something.
Yeah. Well,
Then
today is actually his birthday. He turns 49 today.
yeah,
The
he
24th.
George Foreman.
Today,
Remember George
the
Foreman?
24th, he turns 49.
Remember George Foreman came out and became the heavyweight champ again. He was like 50 years old. Floyd is 49
today.
Floyd turned 49 today. He's
Yes.
coming out to fight Manny Pacquiao. I'm gonna watch it.
And Manny is 47.
And Manny's 47.
Yeah.
Man, the old men in the club gonna fight. No, I'm just playing. Floyd look good. Manny look good too. So hey, I let me tell y'all something
Gonna
right now.
see.
If you don't know about Floyd Mayweather, look him up. If you don't know about Manny and when they fought and everything that comes along with it, it's a great storyline. And this is just a treat. If you get to do this, you better watch it. So Damali, we might do something here. We might do a boxing thing at the event center and invite people out and put it up on the big screen, get our popcorn and sit and watch the fight because I'm gonna watch it. Are you gonna watch it?
So, for sure.
Floyd, come out of the time.
They're also saying that this is going to be the first boxing match in the Sphere in Vegas. So this is going to be a big deal. So it's going to be historic all the way
It's a
around.
money maker. Get your tickets. I'm getting my ticket today. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Money Mayweather gonna fight.
September 19th.
Now, I never thought I would see this. I would never
September
thought.
19th. Yeah, so we're gonna be ready.
Okay.
Okay. So we're up to our Black History Did You Know fact.
Okay, get your thinking caps on.
Let's see just how much you know. It's Black History Trivia with Charles and Damali.
Okay, so we continue to tell you guys that for the month of February, because it's Black History Month, we're giving you the trivia. So we're giving you Did You Know facts. But come March 1st, it's back on and popping.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Uncle Brian just chimed in regarding Floyd.
What'd he say?
And man, I just want to read that. If somebody else says, somebody will read it too. So Uncle Brian says they are saying Floyd doesn't read well. We didn't say it. Uncle Brian said it. Maybe that is why he may be broke and having to come back to boxing. Uncle Brian said that. We didn't say it. I don't know if he can read. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know the brother that made about $1 billion. And if it is true that he's broke, I'm just saying that is a lot of money to end up broke. And I think that at 49, I think you are taking a risk to get in a ring and box. But only God can judge you. I can't judge you. That's your talent. That's your gift. Because he's a gift. His boxing skills is a gift from God. So sometimes, Damali, you got to do what you got to do. And how much? You can't wait much longer. You're 49 today. So if you're gonna do it, you got to do it now.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna watch it, man, because man, I it's no way I can miss Floyd and Pacquiao fight. No.
Okay, so we know that Black history is being erased every single day. And so before I go into this Black history, did you know fact, I just want to bring something to the forefront. People keep saying, oh, that's a long time ago, you know, and what are we talking about? And, you know, they're not doing it now. So let me just let you know that, yes, our history is continuing to try to be erased right now, today, in today's real time. So if you did not know, let me just enlighten you. We found this on Ben Crump's Facebook page this morning, and it says Idaho City removes Juneteenth as a holiday and restores Columbus Day. It says Post Falls is a city in Idaho, and it says Post Falls mayor dismisses Juneteenth as, quote, something nobody had heard of until 5 years ago. And in a 4-2 vote, the city council removed it as a city holiday while restoring Columbus Day. Juneteenth has been celebrated, we all know, for generations since 1866. So this narrow viewpoint doesn't change the deep history of Juneteenth celebrations. We never needed permission to honor our freedom, and we won't ask for it now.
Damali, here's the thing. One, thanks for bringing that, because that's the reality of what you deal with. Two, to be honest, I don't really care. Shout out to my people in Idaho. I've never been to Idaho.
I don't really care.
I ain't never met nobody from Idaho.
Right.
So I don't know
anybody
care about the decision. I'm not saying if you're from Idaho, shout out to Idaho, because y'all might be listening in right now. I think it's sad when you don't take time to educate yourself.
Yes.
And because you don't know, don't mean it don't exist. It makes me think about at the Super Bowl when Coco Jones sung the Black National Anthem, and it was like an outrage. Yeah. Oh my God, it's a new national anthem. How can y'all do this? And you be like, you never heard of Lift Every Voice and Sing? That just lets you know
you're not in tune.
You just not in. And here's another thing too that I think this is the way we just have to look at it. We all live in America.
Right.
Everybody want to be represented. Everybody got culture. Everybody has all those things. And here's the deal. Why do you want to just make it a point to say, I want to take out Juneteenth because nobody has heard of it? When we celebrate it, we have the largest Juneteenth in the country in Tulsa. Idaho people, just come to Tulsa.
Right.
Come somewhere. But what history books are you reading when you've never heard of Juneteenth? So that lets you know how out of touch and how out of pocket a person can be. And a lot of times, here's the reality. These people end up the professors. These people end up the doctors and the lawyers and the Supreme Court justice and being in the White House. Now you see the issues that we have. People don't take time to be educated because you be stuck in your own little world. Yeah. And you think what's going on in your own little world, that's it. You know, because it's one thing if you never heard of certain songs, because I pick my genre of music and it could be a top hit over here that I've never heard of. That's just a genre of music. That's one thing. But when you talk about something as important as Juneteenth, then to me, that's a little diabolical. Because
I think all history is important. It doesn't matter. You know, if you are a part of this country and you live in this nation, then your history matters. Right. And we shouldn't be trying to erase the history of any nationality.
He said Juneteenth has never be heard of.
Until 5 years ago, nobody knew anything about a Juneteenth. No, you didn't know. So anyway, we're moving on. We're talking about our Black history, and we're telling our Black history, did you know fact right now.
Let's do it.
So did you know that the civil rights movement was deeply rooted in faith in action? That's what we're talking about today, is faith in action. One of the most powerful examples is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Before he was known worldwide as a civil rights icon, he was a pastor. Churches became organizing hubs. Sanctuaries became strategy rooms. Pulpits became platforms for justice.
Hold on, Damali. Now, we just gave the church a C, and we came up on the live and with us all these reasons why. So now we can get back to the point that I was making when I was younger. Dr. Martin Luther King was a pastor.
Yep.
That's the epitome of being on the front line.
Faith in action.
That's when you talk about faith in action. Dr. Luther King is the blueprint of faith in action, because he was a what? He was a pastor. What else did read these three right here again?
His church, it says churches became organizing hubs. Sanctuaries became strategy rooms, and pulpits became platforms for justice, is what they say.
Woo.
It says faith was not just preached, it was practiced. During the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955, local churches organized transportation systems for thousands of people who refused to ride segregated buses. Faith communities raised funds, coordinated carpools, and supported families for over a year. They didn't just pray about change, they planned for it.
You remember what I said? I love the prayer, but if I'm still hungry when I leave your presence, if I'm still hungry and you tell me you're going to pray for me, and then you ride off in the Benz and I'm still hungry, me and my family, then Damali, I ain't coming back to church. Can I be honest? Because I'm out here. When you done prayed for me, drove off in the Bentley, drove off in the Mercedes, and me and my significant other and my 3 kids is hungry. We ain't got on no jacket. It's cold. And you ride off, I'm going to pray for you. But I like what they said here, you know, because I think that when we do bring some pastors in, we just going to have a conversation, and it's about togetherness because it's never about division when it comes to us on this show. We talk about ways to do better, but I think Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., they'll go to blueprint. And I can say, and you can say, I don't think we see that today, other than maybe in a few churches, because Willie Boyne said it best, case by case with some, but the majority, like Uncle Brian said, if it's 800 churches, you know, in community, and when we have something downtown and our council person is fighting and 300 people are there, but only 2 pastors are there, and you got, in most churches, if it's 800 churches, each church got a minimum of 10 pastors. Anyway,
listen, let me go back to this, and then I got a couple comments over here. Okay, so it says faith in action meant nonviolence protests, community organization, economic resistance, and courage in the face of injustice. Black churches across the South served as safe spaces, communication centers, and leadership incubators. Faith gave people strength, community gave them structure, action gave them results. That's faith in motion. Black history shows us that belief becomes powerful when it moves beyond words and into service, sacrifice, and strategy. So this has been your Black History Did You Know Fact right here on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Now I got a couple of comments over here. Shamir Grant says, Damali, yes, all factual history is worth honoring. Eli Grayson says Columbus Day has always been in the fall. This year, it's October the 12th. What the hell does that have to do with June 19th?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You are absolutely correct.
We ain't even going to get into the Columbus thing. We just going to digress on that whole thing right now. We ain't going to get into the Columbus thing, but that's why we started a show that's called the Community Wake Up, because there's so much stuff going on that we must not just physically wake up. We got to wake up to things going on local, national, and international.
Exactly. Crash says these pastors nowadays don't want no smoke. I'm respectfully saying.
Oh, see, Crash. There you go.
I gotta say.
I think what you said is I think it's the Black history of fact. What is right? I think what you really read is the blueprint that should be in everybody's churches.
Wow. Yeah.
The blueprint.
Yeah.
And the checklist.
Yeah.
I think this should be saying, and each church should get what you read and go down the checklist. Okay?
Are we doing these things?
Are we doing these things? And if you can't check none of those things off the checklist, it's a violation. She'll close the doors and pack up. Because you're not having church, you're just having a gathering of people.
Take the cross down and move on.
Take the cross down and move on. Right now, people out here struggling. People, it's stuff going out
that's
here.
True.
And you know, and when I think the church, like you said, we go where we go. That's why we're not saying names, because you got to show up in community. You got to feed people. You got to respond to the pandemic. If it's summer camps and spring break camps and stuff and if it's teacher walkouts and all of that stuff, then you got to remember what he just read about Dr. Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a pastor. This is how they showed up and strategized and talked when there was social justice issues and things like that. The pastors got together and showed up to say, man, we got y'all back. So that's why now we still got, because we talk about faith in action. Your action and your faith is much stronger because you're like, man, my pastor showed up and spoke for me in my community.
Right.
That's different. But now Yeah, we gotta do better.
Shamir Grant, that's our friend over in Oklahoma City. She says Columbus Day is not factual history. That man never stepped foot off of that boat, and those are facts.
At this point, we don't even know if he exists. He might be like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell
Right.
at this point, but we ain't gonna do that. But at the end of the day, you got to know your history. That's why we got to wake up. Shamir is a great sister. She got some stuff coming up soon, and when she do, we're gonna have her on and let us speak about those things. Man, we got Japan, we got China, we got Puerto Rico, we got all kind of people on the wake up. So we appreciate y'all. Let me add this in before we move on. For all you small businesses and folks like that, if you need advertisement, if you need help with your social media, please reach out to us. Just go to nycu.fm, scroll to the bottom, fill out that form, because our platform has expanded greatly, and we want you to go from unknown to unforgettable, like our boy Ken Russian down there at Ground the Hall Media says. And if you need help with AI or any of those things, we got packages especially for you. I just want to add that, because if you're not on the website and if you don't have no social media, you really just don't even exist, to be honest. And we want to be able to support you, but we can't support you if we don't know where you are.
Okay, so this morning's Small Business Spotlight is all about the flavor, heart, and hometown pride.
Come on.
Today, we are highlighting KB's Love by the Pound and More, located at 1721 Martin Luther King Boulevard in Malvern, Arkansas.
Malvern, Arkansas is in the building. And when we come back to Malvern, where my bro and my sister-in-law and others live, we pulling up and we grabbing us something to eat. Damali, go ahead and give them the information, because maybe y'all can meet us there in Arkansas.
So KB's Love by the Pound and More serves up delicious home-style meals made with care. The kind of food that brings families together and keeps customers coming back. From hearty plates to favorable favorites, this business lives up to its name because everything is truly made with love. It's comfort food with a community touch. Locally owned and operated, KB's Love by the Pound and More represents what small business ownership is all about: dedication, quality service, and commitment to the people they serve. When you support small businesses like KB's, you're not just buying a local meal, you're investing in local jobs, local families, and local economic growth. For orders or more information, call 501-467-0113. You can also visit them online at kbdiditforlove.com. I love that. I love that.
I thought they were about to say KBOB, because KBOB be doing it for love too, but it's not KBOB 89.9 FM.
Yes.
It's KSB, and they do it for love because that comfort food is good.
Yes. So this, and we've been telling you guys, send us in your small business, so that we can make sure that we are spotlighting small businesses all around the country. So for every city and state that's represented on this show today in our live feed, send us some people that you think the world needs to know about, because we want to share that, so that when we come to your neck of the woods, we're able to go and sit down and share a meal with these individuals. So we definitely gonna hit up KB's when we there.
Just like that.
Yes.
Just like, appreciate that. And another thing, Eli, let's go to the live. Let's go to the live just a little bit.
Eli got something to say. Eli says, over the nearly 30 years of fighting for freedom of Indian Territory treaty rights, it has been a handful of Black churches that got involved, maybe 4. So 4 out of 30 years worth of, that's crazy.
That's the gap. Yeah.
That's
crazy. But we're going to do better, because we putting grace in there, Eli. We're going to put some grace. We're going to have some pastors come in to just have a conversation, because you have to start somewhere.
Yes.
Because if you don't say nothing, then you can be like, you just operate in error, because sometimes you just don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Now, I think you should know, but we're going to take care of it. We're going to talk about it.
Dominique Harper says, oh, yes, KB's.
Hey, come on.
Natasha said, good eats in Arkansas.
Donnie, look, bro, you and my sister-in-law, Lily, and then y'all come. When we come to Malvern, when we come through Arkansas, we're going to go there. We're going to take some pictures. We're going to go live, have a good time. So remember, you advertise with us. So tell KB's we gave him a shout out, but we have so many people listening from Arkansas and other states and other cities. We don't mind shouting them out.
Uncle Brian says, well, it's time to go. See you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Uncle Brian, it's 6 minutes till we got ain't
6
done.
more minutes.
Where are you going?
6 minutes.
But anyway, so community alert. We
pen and pad time.
Yeah, pen and pad time, because there's some stuff that you guys need to know about.
People need to know. This is your money time. This is your money time. Get your pen and pad out. Uncle Brian don't bat now. Hold up. Get this part first. 5 more minutes.
Right.
Free.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Happy Birthday Open House of the Fatherhood Hub is going to be happening on February the 26th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is actually going to be the birthday of our very own Marquise Dennis.
Marquise.
Yes, he's going to be turning 45, and he is opening up a new office.
Congratulations.
And he's calling it the Fatherhood Hub. I love that.
You hear that, bro? The Fatherhood Hub.
Yes. So it's going to be opening at 3939 South Harvard Avenue, Suite 235. So congratulations, Marquise. Happy birthday in advance. And we're going to pull up.
We're going to pull up. We'll
Yeah.
see you there.
We're
Y'all
gonna pull
celebrate
up.
Marquise. You got the information. Pull
Yes.
up. You got 48 hours to get ready.
All right. Scholarship opportunity. Over $770,000 in scholarships.
How much?
$770,000 is available in scholarships for Oklahoma students. It's open to grades 9 through 12. They will test your knowledge of Oklahoma history and geography. You need to register by February 27th. So you got 3 more days.
Right. And here's the thing, y'all. This don't always be for you, but some of the stuff that you get posted, put the link there because you never, with all this social media now, it don't take long for us to get to everybody. So you might not need it right now with your kids, but somebody kid that you know need it. But since you don't post it, since you don't know, then you're hurting somebody.
Yeah.
Post the good stuff.
Post it. Okay. EduRec Spring Break Camp is now accepting registrations. Give us a call at 918-430-3947, or you can go to edurectulsa.com/camp and you can fill out your registration form. Now, don't forget that the amount is only $20 a day.
$20 a day is breakfast, is lunch, is healthy snacks, is all your activities, is field trips, is great teachers and all of that. And we 14 years in running with no problems, no incidents. It's one of the safest places in the city. I don't want to start no controversy.
Right.
To have your kid doing spring break camp. So now you can still go to work, drop us off at 20. Go on to work. You ain't got to take off this week for spring break, and we're going to make sure your kids have a good time. They're going to learn a little bit. We're going to be doing robotics. We're going to be doing some wood shop stuff. We're going to be doing STEM and STEAM and dancing. We got a movie cinema and all of that right here in our own community, 5424 North Madison Avenue. Now, some of y'all on here rolling with your bankroll and y'all going on a cruise and all of that. Scholarship a kid if you can. Just go to edurectulsa.com, click donate. It's $100 a week. Say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and scholarship a family or 2.
Exactly.
It wouldn't hurt at all. We appreciate that.
Exactly. Or you can scholarship the entire camp. We're only looking to take 40 kids this
40
time.
kids
And
this
that is
year.
it. That is as of yesterday, we had 20 kids already enrolled.
Yes.
So you better get your application
And
in.
don't procrastinate. If you got
Please
a niece
don't.
or a nephew between the ages of 5 and 11 to 12, then let them come on out because these slots are going pretty fast.
And we need to prepare. So we need to know exactly how many kids we're preparing for.
We got 2 minutes.
Yeah. So let's see. Black Wall Street Rally needs our help. USA Today has nominated Black Wall Street Rally as Best Cultural Festival, along with several others. So voting closes on March 2nd at 11:59 a.m.
That's Monday.
We need you guys to vote every day on all of your devices to help the Black Wall Street Rally earn national recognition. Okay, so let's make sure that we do that. You can go to 10best.usatoday.com in order to place that vote. And then we got time. And then so the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity is awarding 2 $1,000 scholarships. That application deadline is March 31st. I have already posted those flyers on our social media at World One Development on Facebook. The Delta Sigma Theta sorority are offering scholarships as well. So you can go to dstTulsaAlumni.org for the scholarship application. That deadline is April the 10th. And save the date. Juneteenth weekend
We back.
is popping.
We back.
So we want y'all to know that because people keep asking us. So it's going down. So tomorrow's theme is going to be healing generations. So we're going to talk about that. Now, if you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show, you can go to nycu.fm and submit your inquiry and somebody will get back in contact with you. And just remember, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to him and me and our guests and are not necessarily
And all of our shenanigans.
right. And not necessarily to this station, affiliates, organizations, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM and KBOB 89.9 FM.
This has been the Community Wake Up. I'm your boy, Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we will be right back here live, same place, same time, on Hump Day in the morning. Y'all have a blessed day.
Natasha says she voted already. Good job,
There you go,
Natasha.
Natasha. Do
Vote
it.
on all of your stuff.
Wendy
all of your
Dearworth.
devices.
I just seen Wendy Dearworth. Thanks
Oh,
for
hey,
tuning
Wendy.
in. She
Hi.
voted. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. God bless.
Have a good day.
Yep.